Hello everyone, welcome to our online Match of the Day and Match of the Day 2, extra conveniently called Match of the Day 3, an off-the-cuff 10-minute chat through the weekend's action and a little bit of fun. And we'll start, of course, with your Easter presents. Did you bring mine?
No.
Oh, of course I didn't get you an Easter present, I don't like you. But I thought of getting you one, but I forgot I was going to bring you an egg and then do it. Did you get any Easter eggs, Robbie?
I got a Maltesers one and a lint bunny.
Oh, how the other half live. That's an expensive one.
That was off my boys, though.
Oh, very nice. What about you, Steve?
I've got Smarties and Colin the Caterpillar. From
That was from me.
That was in your honour.
Right, should we have a look at the results from the weekend? Let's do that. Let's get on to that. Pick your favourite. Pick the result you think is going to mean the most at the end of the season. Take your time, boys.
For me, it was a massive win yesterday, going on the West Brom West Ham game. Big win for West Ham, gets them out of it. There's a couple of big results. Obviously, the Villa one keeps them in there, but it's going to change every week. It's going to change with the fixtures.
It is very hard, as we sort of touched on a Match of the Day too, Robbie, to talk about, well, here's the team's run-ins, because you always get one team beating a big team. But the other thing is, referees are human, and there's going to be a very important game where, a penalty's not given, or there's been a harsh sending off that's going to throw 3 points in the last couple of weeks towards a team who really need them, or deny them 3 points. It's that close this year. It could come down to that.
Well, and referees, I think we've seen Chris Foy not to award a penalty for Giroud yesterday. If he misses that, as you say, later in the season, one big decision could go against somebody. It could be, terrible for that team. So, who's going down? Listen, it changes from week to week. Anybody can go down. I think QPR and Reid have gone, and I think it's one from 6 or 7 teams, and it's a lottery.
What about all the teams in the netherworld, which include West Brom? In that, how do you keep motivated week to week, Stephen?
I think it just comes down to the players' desire to finish, in the top half of the Premier League. When me and Sav were at Blackburn, we finished 6th in the league. You just got to keep that season going. We still got the chance to do that with West Brom. We've got to continue the good form that we showed earlier in the season. Just comes down to the players' personal pride and where they want to finish in the table to keep driving on. You
can't fake it though, Robbie, can you? Motivation's something that you will be more motivated in a do-or-die situation. That's when people stand up and be counted. When it is all more about money, finishing one place hard but not getting into Europe, it's quite hard.
As well, for a team like West Brom or for Blackburn, as Stevens alluded to, we were there. Every place you finish higher, for the individual, you'll have a better bonus at the end of the season, pro rata. So,
you on a bonus for where you finish?
Not at West Brom. We're on a point sort of system. But
what do you mean a point system? You get paid more money for every point you get?
Yeah, but we have to stay in the division, so it's all about staying in the Premier League. When we was at Blackburn, it was all to do with where you finished in the league to how it's worked out.
Do you always get bonuses at the clubs you were at for how you
finished? For Leicester, we qualified for Europe a couple of times. So
what'd you get there?
I think the bonus, pro rata, I think I got on extra my wage, about 130 grand.
You're kidding.
You're kidding? So. No. So, listen, we're fortunate people. Do you know what I mean? But in terms of, as Stephen says, you have to stay in the league, which is in the Premier League so, now is so great. Qualify for Europe, you get more. I think Leicester qualifying for Europe because we win the Carling Cup.
Yeah. So,
pro rata, depending on how many games you play, I think it was something like £3,000 a point. Listen, I'm just off the top of my head, it might have been 100, but it was about 100, 130.
Oh, well, that's the way of it is. That's the way of modern football. It's not on the go at it. A mate of mine used to be, I'm not naming the team of the player, used to be a mate of a guy who was on the fringes of a team who were in the Champions League. And he rang him one night. We were sitting in his house, and they were good mates, and he rang up and he was like, magic, I got on the last 3 minutes. And I said to my mate, why is he so excited about getting on the last 3 minutes of a Champions League game that was dead? And he goes, 12 grand. Yeah. Just to step on the pitch.
Yeah, I know.
Craziness. Yeah. Craziness. Right, I've got a quiz for you. People will be watching, not really a quiz, a bit fun. I say fun. Basically, it's April Fool's Day when people are watching this, if they watch it before midday. It's not April, after midday, you're just an idiot. Playing tricks on people, it's only before midday you can do it. So I'm going to give you April Fool's stories. You've got to tell me whether I'm fooling you or whether it's true. So fact or fiction, basically, right? First one. An amateur footballer lost a finger in a freak accident as he was putting up the nets before a game. Mark Whitehead jumped up to the crossbar to hook on the nets, and his wedding ring got stuck in the hook, ripping off part of his finger. he had to have 2/3 of his ring finger in his left hand amputated following the incident. Have I made that up?
Funny.
Or is it true?
That's true. That's one way to get rid of the wedding finger, that's for sure.
Usually footballers go for a more traditional route, don't they? It is indeed true. Mark Augie Whitehead, a Nuneaton amateur footballer, and there's precedent for this as well. There was a player did in Italy. He set up a goal, and you know where they used to have they had the proper fences there. They used to jump up to celebrate. When he jumped down, he lost his finger as well. So it's happened twice. Next one. Darius Vassell injured himself trying to drill a hole in his big toe. He missed 3 games for Aston Villa after attempting do-it-yourself surgery in a bid to burst a blood blister under the nail. He did it with a drill. True or false?
Could be true, that, because, you know, when you're a footballer, you have a chiropodist at your club. They do it all for you. But if you're in that much pain, you've seen how they do it. You can get a pin, do it yourself. So I would say it's true.
Yeah, just drill a little hole,
Yeah,
release the blood.
release the blood.
It prompted then Villa boss Graham Taylor to say, there are people on the staff readily available to have treated the problem. Darius tried to get the blood out himself, which he now realises was not really advisable.
Yeah, you watch them do it, and then you go home, do it yourself.
Yeah. But who drills a hole? You know, I don't care about that, but that guy actually picked up a drill and drilled it in
is it drill?
Yeah.
It must mean one of them little...
No, I
tiny little
can't.
drill.
In my head it was a Black
drill.
& Decker, but I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. Right, in Italy, Maximo Pereira... Oh, I can't pronounce his name. In Italy, Maximo Pereira, I think it would be. He was nicknamed the Dove. He was issued divorce papers by his wife after celebrating a goal for Atalanta by snogging a female fan in the crowd live on television on Rai Uno.
Stevenston.
That can be made up, surely. I go... Maybe not divorce, but the story sounds pretty true.
True?
False.
False it is. I made that up this morning. I thought I got you because I went, I can't pronounce the name. I thought it was a good bit of horseplay there. That's not true. You ever had any incidents with fans after scoring goals?
Remember the Burnley fan? Went after
Oh, the Burnley fan, yeah, run on the pitch with white gloves on, and he came up to me and was going, put him up, and then Reid just come and said, stay out my way, son.
Is that right?
Sat to me, he looked after me, the boy.
And then Nelly come in front of me.
Were you like this?
Yeah. No, he just, come on, yeah, wow.
Very good. That's nice you defended him. Dave Besant, the first man to save a penalty, of course, at Wembley in an FA Cup final, was absent for the start of Chelsea's 1993-1994 campaign after dropping a jar of tomato ketchup on his bare foot.
That is false.
False.
Why are you going false?
Because Dave Besant didn't play for Chelsea then.
He did. I thought everybody knew that story, so what I did sneakily, but it's backfired.
Tomato sauce.
I changed ketchup.
Yeah.
It was salad cream, but he did do it. And he did that thing, you know when you drop something, you go like that, you stick your foot out to try and stop it. That's what he did.
So it's false then?
No, it's false, but he did it with a jar of salad cream. He did miss the start of Chelsea's
Yeah, so it's false
93.
then?
Yeah, it's false.
No, so I was right.
Yeah, you are right.
It's a game.
I just say, I don't know why any of you watch this. It's hell on earth. Next, Sven Grondelin, made up or not, you're going to have to decide yourself, was forced to withdraw from a Norwegian international squad with an injury. The injury was, he was out jogging at home and he ran straight into a moose.
You can't even keep a straight face yourself. It's got to be false.
That is true.
It is absolutely true. And I know a bit more about this story, actually. What happened was, he was running along the road and he actually gets sideswiped by the moose, and the injury came from he fell down a bank and ripped his whole leg. So that was absolutely true. Fell by a moose was his injury. Right, many more have we got before we can go home? 3. In Christmas 1914, the Allied forces in Germany played a famous football match in no man's land, which we all know about. What people do not know, the referee was John Langenius from neutral Belgium, and he went on to referee the 1930 World Cup final when Uruguay beat Argentina 4-2. Think, of course, Belgium were a neutral country during the First World War, and he refereed that game in no man's land. His name was John Langenius.
Roberto?
I don't understand the question, to be fair.
Forgotten what the question was.
Right. You know the famous game, 1914, during the war at Christmas? There's been movies made about it. Well done for knowing your country's history, guys. But what happened was the Allied forces in Germany played a game of football, ceasefire game of football. Thought everybody knew that. I've overestimated you. The referee was John Langenius, though, from Belgium, who went on to referee the 1930 World Cup final. Please just say true or false.
True.
False. Say true. You're going to say false. Well, the true bit is he did referee the 1930 World Cup final, but why would he be there in the middle of a war to referee a game on Christmas 1914? So that bit isn't true. Do you know
So is it true or false then?
It's false. Of course he didn't referee a game during World War I.
You said half true, half false.
No, that's because that's what I'm trying to do, trying to create a little bit of jeopardy here. I got the name of the referee from the 1930 World Cup and pretend... Everyone watching this understands, Robbie. Right. Next one. This is great. I've something else to tell you about the 1930 World Cup, right? Do you know what? My producers tell me I've had 10 minutes. Shut up, it's Easter. Nobody cares. No one's watching the website on Easter. We can go on a bit longer. The World Cup in 1930, at half-time, Argentina were winning 2-1. There was a lot of corrupt things about the 1930 World Cup. Was held in Uruguay. They changed the football to the Uruguayan football, and Uruguay won 4-2. Take that
True.
home. That is true. It wasn't a fact. It was just down there. Right. The BBC theme tune, the Italian 1990, the World Cup was famously, you know this anyway, Pavarotti, right?
I remember the mascot, the blue, the green, white and red man.
Yeah, it was because it was in Italy. Nessun Dorma, yeah. But that was only at Des Lynam's insistence. Up until a fortnight before the tournament, the BBC theme tune was Rennie and Renata, Save Your Love, My Darling. You know, true. What do you think?
True.
Of course it's not true. How could the theme tune be...
Why is it not true?
Well, what?
Why is it not true?
Oh,
then?
just roll the titles.